Hi, and welcome to another episode of Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt. I'm Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and we're broadcasting live on Jamaicans.com Facebook page. Well, I'm broadcasting live on Jamaicans.com Facebook page. And if this is the first time you're watching this show, Reason with Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt is a weekly discussion show right here on Jamaicans.com, and we discuss current affairs in the island of Jamaica. Duh. And if this is the first time you have watched me broadcast, I am a journalist, and I've been a journalist for at least 6 years now, and I have been broadcasting on Jamaicans.com for 2+ years. So I am so grateful for this opportunity, and I hope you enjoy the discussion. Remember to comment below. This is an interactive show, and we want to keep the interaction up. Alright, so for today, as the caption suggests, we are going to be unpacking some very serious issues that we are being faced with as black people. So I know we talk about current affairs in Jamaica, but whether or not we want to admit it, anything that happens overseas, particularly in the US, Jamaica is not immune to it. Meaning, in some shape or form, it will affect us. So I am going to be talking about the story of George Floyd, not necessarily going in depth, but if you know what I'm talking about, please comment below and tell me how you feel about it. I am just horrified, right? I'm horrified, and I'm fed up with the security forces in the United States of America. I'm fed up. So I won't be going in depth with it because there are many George Floyds in Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica's reality is not remotely different from what happened in Minneapolis, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Police brutality in Jamaica. So you would have, if you're familiar with the story, you would have seen the story of unfortunate murder, right? A murder is always unfortunate, of George Floyd, right? He, a law-abiding citizen, was going about his merry way when these police officers found it necessary to end his life. You understand? Well, from what I've seen with the video that has been circulating, they actually pinned him down. One police officer had his, what should I say now? Yeah, his knee in the man's neck. You understand? Like, why would you do something like that? So it's just so much to unpack, including the fact that this issue has been going on for decades now. I wouldn't even say decades, century. You understand? Centuries in the US. We continue to see white on black crimes, and I would not talking about black on black crimes today. We're talking about white on black crimes. This vivid racism, this vivid disregard for black lives, it's frustrating. But let us not forget that Jamaica is not removed from this situation, because in Jamaica, while we do not have a racism issue, we have a clear issue when it comes to the police relationship with the citizens of the country. We have police brutality in Jamaica. We have several cases of it, and I'm going to bring forward some of them today, right? If you are familiar of this issue in Jamaica, please comment below and tell me, just tell me one of the cases that comes to mind. Right away, I'm going to be talking about the story of, and I don't like, right now I don't like to say story. You know why I don't like to say story? Because it is a real case. So I'm going to be talking about the case of 19-year-old Carmichael Dawkins of Montego Bay. Now, if you're familiar with the story, you can tell me in the comments below. And of course, please go ahead and share this video, because we're not stopping the conversation on Jamaicans.com Facebook page. We're moving, we're sharing, we keep talking about it so that the people who are set and paid to protect us are held accountable. It's time for us to use this social power right here on social media for good. So back to the case of Carmichael Dawkins. He's a 19-year-old young man who died recently of well, I would say a heart attack, right? The reason for this young man was on his way to his friend's house, because it was he was in the town area, the downtown area of Montego Bay, and it was approaching the curfew. You know that right now, because of COVID-19, the government has instituted curfews, island-wide curfews, right? So at that time, it was an 8 p.m. curfew, right? And it was approaching the 8 p.m. curfew, and he couldn't get any taxi because he didn't drive. He couldn't get a taxi to head home. So he and his friend decided to stay by his friend's house. Alright, let me just put some context behind this. Where his friend lives, or where they were traveling to go to his friend's house, is what we would call, but is an area where we would call a hotspot, right? Not to say that alright, I don't want to give the impression that there are particular places or spaces in Jamaica that are just entirely unsafe. You understand? Because that in and of itself, that description is relative. Because a hotspot for the police is not necessarily a hotspot for citizens. Nonetheless, he was on the Hart Street in Montego Bay, making his way home briskly, as I would imagine, right? This young man, as his aunt recalled, speaks standard English, hardly speaks patois. So you know, say a proper picnic that, right? He's on his way home, well, to his friend's house, and the police drove them down, right? Of course, with intimidation, trying to find out why they're on the street. Of course, in his fright, he ran. He ran, and they found it necessary to drive them down and use a baton to frighten them. The young man got a panic attack. He was rushed to the Corner Regional Hospital, and he died there. I think he died in the ICU unit. What came out of the story in terms of the police officers? We still await. I don't know if you've heard any more about the story. You can comment below and let me know. But we still await. Yeah. Right? This young man has no criminal record. This young man was not doing anything wrong. Right? This young man was following the law. And what happened to it? He got a panic attack because of the excesses of action, right? Or I should say the unjust actions of the police officers in that vehicle that night, right? It is so unfortunate that he had to die that way, and it brings forward the issue of police brutality in Jamaica. So let's not forget that we Jamaicans have to deal with that issue every day. And you know what is so sad is that the government has yet to really rein in this issue in a real and just way. You know, I must speak about the role of INDECOM, and if you're not familiar with INDECOM is the Independent Commission of Investigation, and basically it was set up to investigate all cases, and I'm reading for you. So it was set up to undertake investigations concerning actions by members of the security forces and other agents of the state that result in the death or injury of persons or the abuse of the rights of persons. I don't know if Indicom got Carmichael Dawkins' story. I don't know if they're investigating it, right? But all I know is that this 19-year-old was a promise. All children, everyone has a purpose. And this young man's purpose was taken away from him unlawfully. Unlawfully. Because I think for some police officers, and I'm not going to say that all police officers are like that, but for some police officers, I think they behave as if they are above the law. Yeah. And I think that's why as citizens we should make sure and we should ensure that we know our rights. Do you know your rights when a police stop you? Do you know what to say? Do you know what to do? Comment below. These are things that we should start to understand, check off, and ensure that all our loved ones and our family members are sure about. Because as I tell you, the story of George Floyd is gruesome, but it is not new. It is not new to black people, right? It is not new to Jamaica. There are many stories in Jamaica, and if you would know, in 2020 we are celebrating, and I don't want to say celebrate, but we are recognizing the 10-year anniversary of the Tivoli incursion. You understand? And up to this day that we're doing the show, we do not know how many people died in Tivoli. The independent commission, the investigation that they did, right, brought forward a number, 69 persons, right? It was higher than that and they brought it down to 69. The residents of West Kingston said that is not the case. It's at least, it's over 100 people. Up to this day, many people don't know what happened to their loved ones. Up to this day, there are people who are still going through the trauma, living with the trauma, inflicted, the harm, all of that was inflicted on them. Okay, so you heard Makeda. Yeah, my baby is here. Inflicted on them by the police forces, the security forces. What came out of it? We do not know, right? We don't know. We don't know what happened to the police officers. We don't know the correct way. You understand? And it's sad. We don't know the correct way to seek justice. And that's why sometimes, and I am not in any way condoning any violence or crime, but that is sometimes the motivation for people to inflict harm on the police. You can share your thoughts below. I am sharing mine and I want you to share with me. So I think we need to keep a check of ourselves. We need to start to ask those serious questions. We need to have those serious conversations with our children. We need to be, so it's not only black men in the US, Jamaican children, boys and girls are also at danger because there are some police officers who believe they are above the law and they'll do anything to prove to citizens that, hey, I'm in control because I have the weapon. And I have the weapon that is quote-unquote legal. That's sad. So, I won't be on this issue for long. Of course, we'll be talking about the epic battle, lyrical battle, between dancehall veterans Bounty Killer and Beenie Man. Look here, last Saturday, this time, right? You were watching. Well, hopefully you were, because if you miss it, boy. Well, if you miss it, you must see the videos. We were watching the epic lyrical battle between Bounty Killer and Beenie Man. And I must say, I totally enjoyed it. Okay, Makeda obviously enjoyed it too. You did? Okay, she did. She enjoyed it. I must say that it was an amazing experience, especially to see that they got over, well, basically 500,000 views on Instagram, right? And one of my friends was pointing out to me that look here, it's a camera, it's a cell phone that they're using, you know. It's not no big production, but the marketing, the promotion, the love and the support behind it made it a big production. Of course, it wouldn't be a Jamaican experience if the police didn't show up, so let's not forget about that. And of course, the promoter Sharon Burke of Solid Agency came to clarify with the media that, you know, the police showing up was in no way, no shape or form a reason for them to shut down the party. They were just checking to see if everything was okay. Okay. So of course it wouldn't be, and I want you guys to share your thoughts. Do you think the police showed up just to check if Beenie Man and Bounty was okay? And anyway, I don't believe that. Okay. It also showed up how powerful and how loved our culture is. So many American celebrities and big names in media were there. We're talking about Rihanna, we're talking about DJ Khaled, we're talking about, but we can't, the number of celebrities that were there, who were there, who showed up in a real way, including our own Jamaican celebrities and our Prime Minister and leader of the opposition. Let me not forget. It was epic. And I think Beenie Man and Bounty did a very good job at representing our culture and also displaying and presenting their diverse catalog. So, kudos to you, Beenie and Bounty. Let's see if we can do some more of that. Yeah. But I can't stop. I can't finish the show without talking about the other side. You enjoyed it, right? Yeah. So I can't finish the show without... Alright. Okay, what else? What else? It was good. It was very good. Alright. So, of course, Makeda wants to share her views on it. Yes. And what else? Okay. Can I finish the rest of my show? I'd like to finish the rest of my show. Let me finish it, right? Let me finish the rest of my show. So, I can't finish the show without telling you guys how much I felt bad that negative was pulled from this whole experience, right? Negative was pulled from the experience, and I'm speaking about the statements made by Major Hype and Tony Matterhorn. And up to now, I don't know Major Hype nationality, but Tony Matterhorn is a Jamaican DJ, right? And he basically said, well, look here, we always wanted to do this, and as always, we don't get the support from Jamaicans until somebody overseas do it. He has a point, you know, but when you're going to all of this celebration, you're going to come with that, it seems as if, and I'll say blatantly, it seems as if you care less about the fact that we are unifying as black people, and you just want point fingers. Come on, no man, left it. Major Hype agreed with him, and I understand the point what they're making, no, but time and place. How about that? Yes, they have been trying to put on a similar battle. It didn't happen. Swiss Beat and Timbaland did it, and it was successful. It was a celebration of dancehall. It was a celebration of black culture. Left it there, so now, I want to know what you think about their issue with it. And on top of that, Ludacris, and his name is so fitting, made it very, how should I say it? He made sure that he said that Swiss Beats and Timbaland better hurry up and pay Bounty Killer and Bean, because those people don't play. They're from the murder capital. Look, come on now. Why would you bring forward something like that? Yes, we have cases of murder in Jamaica. We are troubled with the rising crime. Every year we have issues, but we are compounded. That issue continues to be compounded. However, I'm pretty sure where you're from, Atlanta, you have so many other you have so many other people who would say that Atlanta is a murder capital as well. Lowy, no man, lowy. So that's something that I did not like. I did not like that after effect of Verzuz, and I must give thanks to Shaggy, our own Shaggy, right, for bringing forward the fact that Bounty and Beenie, being ambassadors of the culture, them deserve to get back them visa. If you agree with Shaggy, please send me some hearts and comment below. So I won't be here for much longer. Makeda is getting a little fussy, right? I promised to show her in one of these videos, right? So I do hope that you are keeping safe. We are flattening the curve in Jamaica and we're doing a good job at it. So please continue to keep safe. Please continue to listen to what the government is saying, even if it's getting overwhelming for you. It is a bit for me. And live in peace, live in love. Please continue to follow me on Instagram as I am seeing an increase. So go ahead, I'm A Mowatt on Instagram, on Twitter A_Mowatt, and I'm on Facebook, right? Ashleigh-Ann Mowatt, and on YouTube. Until next time, live in peace and live in love, Jamaica. Come reason with me.